Today I'm getting into the assembly of the S13 Diff. This is the case that I sandblasted. I'll show the cabinet in a second, but I sandblasted this, painted it black. Came out really nice. I already swapped the ring gear onto the differential. This is the pinion for it. Figuring out gear ratio, you count the amount of teeth on the ring gear and you divide that by the amount of teeth on the pinion, and that gives you your gear ratio. To do it with the diff installed on the car, like if it's on jack stands, you spin one of the rear wheels once and count how many times the drive shaft turns during that, and that's your gear ratio there. It'll give you something approximate to it. I'll be showing installing the diff. I already have the shims all figured out, so everything just needs to be thrown together. Just want to show how to do that. And then I'll be putting marking compound and showing wear pattern on here, and we're going to be checking that to make sure everything's good, because this sees a lot of abuse and you want to make sure that's set up, because if it's not set up, it can either make noise or break teeth, whether it's the ring gear or the pinion, but we'll get into that. This is the sandblast cabinet I used. Good amount of room in here for doing some small parts, but worked really good. Sandblasting can take forever if there's a lot of stuff on there, but that one wasn't too bad. I'm gonna start by installing the pinion and then checking for drag. I believe on the pinion drag they want like 7 to 10 inch-pounds. It might be more, I'll have to double check. But that's how much weight is on there with the beam wrench. Pinion is installed. We're coming up on setting the pinion preload, the bearing preload. It was saying it wants 15 to 20 inch-pounds of drag, so that's measured by, this is the beam wrench, so when you move it, the amount of torque on there moves on this. So you're gonna have your socket on here, and we're just gonna have it turn like that with that on there, and we're gonna keep tightening the pinion nut until we reach our desired setting there. So let's set it. My next step is to put the diff in with the shims and put the caps on, bolt them down, and torque them. Diff is in, everything's bolted and torqued down. Next step is I'm gonna put the axle seals, or the stub shaft seals, in there. This is a National Oil seal. That's the part number. And that's the part number for the pinion seal. That's a SKF. So yeah, next I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna bolt the rear cover on. Axle seals are installed. Now I'm gonna set it back up and check the wear pattern, or the tooth contact pattern, between the ring gear and the pinion, and see how it is. I am going to check the backlash, which is the amount of play between the teeth of the ring and pinion. Which one you move that. So we have this tool here. Oh, it's a magnet. It's strong. You want to put preload on there, so what that means is you want to push the gauge into the ring gear until this gauge moves, which it did. So we're just gonna zero this out, and this is already pushed all the way forward, so this is how we're gonna measure it. Move that back, and so we're gonna move this back, so it's about, let me say it's like 7 thousandths of backlash. It's gone a little bit back past the one there. We got like 6 to 7 thousandths of backlash. That should be alright, especially for drifting. Run it a little closer. But yeah, that's good. So now we're gonna move on to the tooth contact pattern, which you take gear marking compound like this with a brush, and you brush it on like 3 or 4 teeth, front and the back sides of it, and you spin that against the ring gear, or ring and pinion. You want to spin those around, and you want to have some type of drag on the pinion. So when you do that, trick is you can take a rag and tie it around here. Get a little bit of it, and I'm just gonna brush these teeth with it. Got that one. You want to make sure you coat it pretty evenly on there. Do this. Really want to get both sides of the teeth, so when it goes over the pinion, it can mirror it. You can see the pattern clearly. I'm gonna do this one. Let's see if I can get a nice little satisfying cover shot. Fail. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we got our teeth covered there. Those are looking pretty good. Nice even coating on there. So now I'm gonna put a rag around there and then turn this about 3 or 4 times and see what it looks like. So I just got that going. Kind of see it. Pattern's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. So now I'm going to get on to I gotta clean this of any oil and put the cover on, so let's get after it. I got the cover here. I also sandblasted this and I painted it. Came out really nice. Looks brand new. So I'm gonna get some sealant and put that on there. I got the bolts I just painted. I'm gonna put those on there too, obviously. This is all done, put together. It's ready to be installed, then to put oil in it, and should be good for the season this year. Pretty excited. Diff is now at the shop. I have to jack this up and put some jack stands under it, and then I can get on with installing it. Just finished up putting this in under here quick. All installed. It's got the weight here, as you can see. But got everything in there. It's all looking good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Can't wait to drive it. So, yeah, it's a little overview on how to put the Diff together, I guess, and tips, and just sharing what's going on with the car. So I guess till next time.